Now, without further ado, because I am not the main attraction here, I am going to introduce you to not only the lovely, because clearly she is, but super accomplished and very intelligent Sherry Ballinger, who is the senior manager. Hi, Sherry. It's nice to see you. I'm so glad you could be here with us.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Your time is amazing. And I'm so excited to hear what's going on in that head of yours, because there's just so many great ideas, songs and all. You can bring those too.
You never know what I might bring.
Now, I want to tell everybody that Sherry is, she was originally trained in aesthetics. She got her training actually in Johnson, Iowa, which is not too far from Omaha, Nebraska. And she trained there and then worked in a aesthetic medical practice for several years, and then just went on to blow everybody away, winning award after award as a skincare representative, and just has done an amazing job. And so she's got a lot of not only hands-on experience, but just a ton of science to be able to share with you all. So we're really excited to get that going. And, you know, her experience, she's just like us. She's got skin and she has come from a background. She's super passionate and she's come from she's got her own story about how she came to the skincare world with acne and hyperpigmentation and those kinds of things. So again, we're super, super excited to have you, Sherry. Everyone use that cute Q&A button down below. And I can't wait to get to it.
Awesome. My goodness, what a wonderful introduction. Thank you, Natasha, for that. I've got to say, I am so excited to be here. And I know that everybody says that, but I mean, I legitimately am. And can I tell you guys a little secret? I mean, we're all friends now, right? Okay, so we're friends. I am completely fangirling at this moment right now. I am so thrilled and excited to be on LovelySkin on one of their platforms. I literally have chills. Can you see my chills? I have chills from being a part of this. So I have had my eye on LovelySkin and Dr. Schlesinger for many, many years. He is very well known in the community as a dermatologist. And it's just so special to me to even be here. So totally fangirling. Okay, now I'm back. I'll gain my composure again. So thank you everyone so much for spending a little bit of your evening with us. I hope that we make it, you know, a little bit fun, a lot educational. Again, feel free to ask your questions in the Q&A section. You may not see everyone else's questions, but know that people are asking. I'll address some of them along the way, and then we'll have time at the end, of course, as well to answer some more. If you want, you can use the chat section, but I would probably not use that for the Q&A. If you want to chat with the rest of the group or say something to me, you're welcome to in the chat, and I'll kind of keep an eye on that a little bit. But I also don't want to go down a rabbit hole, you know, and laughing at y'all's comments too. So, because we're going to have some fun tonight. So, like Natasha said, I have spent many years now in the aesthetics industry, and I'll share a little story with you because she said, you know, mentioned my skin issues myself. So I am like many of you, and I have had issues with skin. I used to have pretty significant acne. I was on Accutane and the whole nine. For those of you that have kind of been in that predicament, you understand the pain is real. And then just for fun, on top of that, I also had problems with super stubborn brown patches. It took a long time to get those to go away. SkinCeuticals was the one that saved me. So to be able to come full circle and come back to the brand that literally saved my skin is another fangirl moment. So I'm super passionate about skin. It is 100% my jam. So let's start talking about some skin, shall we? I tell you, so she mentioned we're going to have some polls. And so Mama loves a poll. I love to get a pulse on what you guys are thinking and how you're feeling and kind of what your history is. Because, you know, we can't really talk in person, but this is as close as what we can have. So before we get started, here's our first question. Who currently uses SkinCeuticals? Not too tough, right? Either you do or not yet, and you're here to learn. And I believe in just a short time, I might see the poll results pop up. I think this is probably where I should insert the Jeopardy music. Do, 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 do. Okay, well there it is. I could take the poll and I can say that I do. How about that? Been a huge fan of SkinCeuticals for many, many years, even prior to me coming to work for the company. So again, it saved my skin. I've heard about Dr. Sheldon Pennell and the great studies that he did before I even was fortunate enough to come over here. So let's see. I don't see it come up yet, but we'll watch and see if it pops up here somewhere. There we go. 94% of you. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for believing in the brand and trusting in the brand. And for those of you that are here to learn, let's do it. Let's talk a little bit about why SkinCeuticals, what makes it good. I'm going to try not to bore you to death with that. But I've had the opportunity to really work in a variety of areas, everything from selling to educating. I've been an educator now for going on 5 years, working in the practice treatment room. So I've seen lots and lots of patients of various degrees of severity of skin concerns, working in a plastic surgeon's office. And I can share with you that probably one of the main questions that we get asked is, how do I start a regimen? Help me with anti-aging or discoloration. It seems like those are probably the top two things that I got asked. So let's shoot out another poll and see how many of you would like to get help with anti-aging or discoloration or both. That's fair game, right? So that would be kind of where I was at in the past, was kind of with a both category. Okay, we'll give you all a minute to put that in. All of the above. Yes, I see the comments. Anti-aging for me. I'm with you, Angela. Same situation, girl. Okay, so you're definitely in the right place tonight to learn about anti-aging or discoloration, because we're going to talk about a few exclusive bundles that are available only with LovelySkin, and we're thrilled to be able to offer those tonight. Now, when we talk about anti-aging, I think that it's important to know that, there's definitely different ways to treat it. And I think that it's easy to go pick a product. How many of you have bought a product with the hopes and the prayers that it's going to be the right one, and maybe it wasn't the right one for you? There's nothing worse than spending money on something and you don't know why necessarily it's going to work or if it's going to work. So we definitely want to help you with that, so you know that you're purchasing the absolute right thing. So, and by the way, these bundles are available tonight, like Natasha said, so you're welcome to buy these tonight. I think they're even going to put links in the chat section where you can hop out and go look. But do me a favor, because we're all friends now. You got to come back and see me. So let's talk about why SkinCeuticals. And I think, again, that's really important to know, like, what makes SkinCeuticals a big deal. And when I say that SkinCeuticals is a big deal, I hate to sound a little, braggadocious, as my daughter says. So I have a daughter who's just turned 17, but it was her favorite word when she was 14. And anytime I talk about SkinCeuticals, she'll say, "Gosh, Mom, isn't that a little braggadocious?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not bragging if it's real." But it was her favorite word when she was 14. We are proud to say, and anytime I talk about SkinCeuticals, she'll say, "Gosh, Mom, isn't that a little professional brand?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not bragging if it's real." Around the globe. So SkinCeuticals, we are proud to say, earned that distinction this year, and we're so proud of it. It is the number one medical professional brand. We're great. Not only in the U.S., around the globe, through another nationally recognized and world recognized source. So know that you're picking a brand that is definitely a key player in the medical arena. And, our legacy is rooted in science, because a lot of people ask, how did you get that distinction? So we're definitely rooted in science. And I know that a lot of companies can say that, they are, science oriented. And I'm not here to call anybody's baby ugly. You're not going to get that out of me for sure. But we really are. So Dr. Sheldon Pennell, just to give you a teensy bit of history, Dr. Sheldon Pennell was an academic scientist and dermatologist, and he was really responsible for groundbreaking and innovative research that changed the game of skincare. He spent his life's work over 4 decades on the research of disease states of skin as well as healthy states of skin. Not only did he study disease states of skin, but he studied skin cancer. So one quick question, it's not a poll, but did you know that all of this started with an apple pie? Yes, apple pie. And it was an actual apple pie. So his wife one day was making an apple pie, and this was back in the day. And she was kind of stirring it together and then decided to add some lemon juice to it. Now, for those of us that bake, or those of you that do, and I like to eat it, you know that when you put some type of an acid on an apple, it helps to prevent oxidation. And he was kind of watching her, and it just kind of hit him like, and he says, why are you doing that? Like, why are you soaking it in like an acid bath? And she said, because it'll help it not, discolor or turn colors. So then that really prompted him to start thinking, how could this affect the skin? Now, obviously, skin is not like that of an apple, but that started him researching even further and further and further into what vitamin C could do for you. He had an actual obsession. He was an academic scientist, and so cool. I will stop and share another story with you. I was in North Carolina once, near Duke University, and that's where Dr. Sheldon Pennell worked and studied for years, right? And I showed a little video that was a message on SkinCeuticals, and it was about Dr. Sheldon Pennell. And when it was over, it's maybe like a minute long. It was not very long, but there was a gal in the front row, and she was actually in tears. And as a presenter, I didn't know, do I stop and talk to you? Do I address it? I didn't want to make her feel bad. And she kind of raised her hands and said, I got to tell you, I studied under Dr. Pennell for about 10 years, and I just wasn't expecting to see him today. So again, another set of chills. It's so nice to know that he was so well respected in a variety of arenas. So we're very grateful for him. He's since passed, but we're very grateful for him. So through his research, he knew that oxidative stress was something that happened within the skin. And when we have that oxidative stress, it causes a whole host of problems that we need to address. So how does it cause oxidative stress? Like, Sherry, what are you talking about? Like, what is this? So when we look at oxidative stress, it's basically a free radical that causes all the problem. And I don't want to get too sciencey on you, so just bear with me for a minute, because this really helps to showcase the difference of SkinCeuticals antioxidants versus, some other brand, which again, not calling anybody's baby ugly for sure. So a free radical is basically a molecule with an unpaired electron. They get greedy and they rob other cells of their electron, causing damage. So without getting too heavy into that, I like to think of it as like the Karen. You know how this year we have the Karen? Now, let me just tell you, no offense to anyone that is named Karen. One of my besties is named Karen, and my favorite aunt on the planet is also named Karen. So that's just the terminology for 2020, right? So think of it like a Karen, and she's out there disrupting and causing a little trouble, and then someone comes in and gives her a hug and diffuses her. That is basically what an antioxidant will do. The antioxidant is basically the one that is a hug. It has an unlimited amount of molecules to be able to hand over so that it neutralizes the free radical, like it would neutralize a Karen for giving her a hug, or at least I hope so, right? So what causes free radical damage? Like, what is that? How do I stop that besides using our products, right? Or a vitamin C? So a free radical can be started by any type of damage, whether it is sun damage, the things we eat, the things we drink. And I hear 2020 has been a year. So some of you may have been partaking. That causes stressors in our skin, along with infrared radiation, pollution, ozone damage. Basically, anything that lives in the air absorbs into our skin. Our skin is like a sponge, so it just soaks it all in. I know it's all doom and gloom, right? However, we have a fix for you. And one of the best things that you can use for your skin is an antioxidant, is a vitamin C. So here comes, you know, you've learned now that I love my poll question. So here comes another poll question for you. What does a vitamin C do? Okay, let's have you guys answer. Provides advanced environmental protection by neutralizing free radicals, improves the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, helps to improve loss of firmness and elasticity, brightens the skin, or all of the above. Okay, should be coming. You guys are so good. I don't know if you guys can see it. Somebody let me know in the chat if you guys can see the poll results too. I think so. Perfect. All of the above. You guys were so smart. That's amazing. So yes, antioxidants do all of the above, and they help to repair the damage that the free radicals have done, right? So not only do they help to repair that damage, but they also help to prevent future damage. So it does two things. So on our antioxidants, we have them labeled in blue, kind of this teal blue right here, and it says prevent. So anything in the prevent category is going to be an antioxidant, and you know you're going to get that protection that Dr. Pennell worked so hard for. What does that do? You know, what does it help to protect? So it can help correct fine lines and wrinkles, skin elasticity and loss of collagen, helps all of those things. So when you hear of CE ferulic, think of C and E like collagen and elastin. So it's definitely an anti-aging product, can help correct some of that damage, but almost more importantly, helps prevent that future damage that we're trying so desperately to keep at bay. So it's really important on both fronts. So what makes our antioxidant even better than anybody else's, or I'll say different? What makes it different? It's better. But what makes it different or better? So when Dr. Pennell was studying all of this at Duke University, he did one study called the percutaneous absorption study. Say that 10 times fast, right? And what that was a study of a variety of different vitamin C's along with a variety of different strengths and different pH levels. So he was basically just cocktailing it up in there, trying to figure out what combination or synergy of those three components will make it most efficacious so that vitamin C can get absorbed into the skin, into the cell, into the DNA nucleus of the cell, and change it and help repair it and make it stronger and better. I know it sounds powerful, right? Well, it was. So he learned that more is not necessarily more, that it needed to kind of stay within the sweet spot of 10 to 20% at a pH lower than 3.5%. And most importantly, it needed to be pure vitamin C. So when you see vitamin C, you want to look for something with L-ascorbic acid. That's the purest form of vitamin C. So why don't other people have this? Or why do they have it, but it's slightly different? Well, he patented it, right? So he was smart enough to know that this could be a game changer, and he patented how he did that study. So we're the only ones that can have that. Hence, CE ferulic is the #1 antioxidant in the US and around the globe. It's fabulous. I mean, I just want to snuggle it. Do you guys want to snuggle your vitamin C at night, or is it just me? It's just me. Okay, no problem. So let's talk about these sets now, right? Since we got all fired up about vitamin C, show me in the comments who is already fired up about some vitamin C and wants to check it out if you're not using one already. I'm just curious. Let's ask a poll, actually. Shall we make it official? There, I see Marissa and Kim going, yes, love a C. Natasha, let's do it. Okay, so let's throw out another question. Who currently uses an antioxidant? I'd love to know. CE ferulic or maybe Floritin is your jam. It's actually mine or another brand, and we're still friends. If you use another brand, it's okay. But you're here to learn some more about SkinCeuticals, or not yet, but you need to start. Okay, here comes the poll. There it is. Awesome. So a lot of CE ferulic lovers, 72%, Floritin for 17%. A scant few of you are here to learn and use another brand, but you know what? At least you're using something else. So that's amazing. Not that you're using something else, but that you're using a vitamin C, right? So we definitely want to commend you for that. So let's talk about, I've already kind of, brought it up because I love it and just want to snuggle with it, is the award-winning CE Ferulic. So CE Ferulic is a serum. It's a daytime serum. And I typically put it on the back of my hand. So I make like a little boat and I put 3 to 5 drops. That's the official, what you're supposed to do is 3 to 5 drops. I'm not going to waste it because I'm going to put it on the back of my hands and let it soak in too. 3 to 5 drops in the morning only. A lot of people ask, am I supposed to use it at night as well or not? No, you don't need to. So when it absorbs into the cells, there's only so much that it can hold, right? Your cells can only hold so much. And once it's absorbed that, then there's anything in addition to that, you're basically just wasting it. So we don't want you to waste it. When we talk about the cost of CE Ferulic, it's really only about $1.84 a day. And with LovelySkin's fabulous exclusive holiday set and exclusive sale for those that are attending, it's even less than that. So love that. So what does CE Ferulic do? Well, it helps to prevent that oxidative stress and oxidative damage that we talked about and those free radicals. It helps to prevent that as well as help correct some issues that we may or may not already have. So is there an age category for this? I saw one of those questions come in. It looked like it might have been Ashley that asked. Sorry if I didn't get your name right. Is there an age kind of range for CE Ferulic? And no, there isn't. So any age range could use this because it is preventative as well as corrective. So it can help with fine lines and wrinkles. It can help to amplify your collagen. It helps brighten the skin. It truly is a game changer in the world of skincare. So if you're looking for potentially one product and that's really all you want to start with, CE Ferulic is probably the way to go with that. Now, when we talk about the next product that's in the set, I'm so excited. The anti-aging, this by the way is the anti-aging hyaluronic acid and vitamin C set. So the vitamin C in that one is CE Ferulic, and the next product is HA Intensifier. So HA Intensifier is a nice thick serum, somewhere between a serum and a gel. It's kind of a pinkish color. And when you come out, you just need a small amount, like let's say about a pea-sized or so amount. This is a great product because it will tell you if you're using too much. So you just put a little teeny bit on. Again, Mama is not going to waste it, and I'm putting it on the back of my hands. So what does HA Intensifier do? Well, it does 3 things. So it will help to amplify your own hyaluronic acid within your skin. It will help prevent the breakdown of hyaluronic acid within your skin, and it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it helps with surface hydration. So that's very different than another product that is a hyaluronic acid product. For example, we have Hydrating B5 Gel. People love it. We have nearly a cult-like following for Hydrating B5 Gel. So some people have asked me, do I need to pick one or the other, or can I use both? The answer is you can use both, and you don't know me from Adam yet, but if you didn't need to or weren't supposed to, I'll be the first one to tell you. So you can use them both together if you like, but you might just start out with HA Intensifier first. So when we talk about hyaluronic acid, and when I say it amplifies your own hyaluronic acid in your skin, you might be saying, you know what, Sherry, that's all cool and great, but what does hyaluronic acid do? Like, why do I care? So hyaluronic acid is kind of the building block within our skin that sits in the dermal layer, and it provides plumpness. So when you look at someone, a teenager or someone in their 20s, and they've got that gorgeous, beautiful skin, the plumpness and all that, it's very supple and nice. That is the hyaluronic acid that is helping that. As we age, let me tell you a little depressing fact, but we're here to help you with it. By about the time you're 25, you have kind of somewhere around 25, reached your maximum capacity for collagen production. So when we start to lose collagen, we start to lose a little hyaluronic acid, our dermal epidermal junction within our skin starts to flatten. As that starts to flatten, our skin starts to sag. Again, it's doom and gloom, but it's the reality of what happens when we age, right? So we start to get nasolabial folds, we get marionette lines, we get our 11s that we look for, injectables to kind of help us with, forehead lines, sunken hollowness in our eyes. So if you're experiencing any of those things or all of them, like a lot of us are, this is definitely going to be the game changer product for you. So if you're not on this, I implore you to get on this. We actually even did a study last year wondering about the efficacy for using it under eyes and even on lips. And we found that it is absolutely efficacious. So it can make a difference in your skin if you use it in your under your eyes or even on your lips. You know how sometimes we start to get those little smoker's lines, whether we smoke or not, it can help with that as well. So definitely check out the hyaluronic acid intensifier. Now that is in the correct category. So you know how I showed you the preventative products or the antioxidants have the little prevent. So anything that's going to help to correct or create a change in your skin is going to have correct right there. So we make it very easy. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. If you were to pick one prevent, one correct, and one protect, which is an SPF, you are off to the races on a beautiful regimen. So I've kind of spilled the beans a little bit, but what do you think is missing from this lovely beginning of a regimen? Yep, you're right, an SPF. So we have a variety of SPFs that you can try. And a lot of times people ask me, gosh, Sherry, what's the best SPF to use? And I will tell you the one that you're willing to wear. There's your answer, the one that you're willing to wear. It's just so important to wear a sunscreen. If you're dealing with something like discoloration, oftentimes a physical sunblock is definitely the way to go. Dr. Schlesinger did a co-hosted Instagram Live with another one of our educators, Kelly Broxson. It was maybe a couple of months ago, so you might go back into IGTV for LovelySkin and find that one and take a look. He did a beautiful job of explaining sunscreens and why it was so important. And of course, I was fangirling on that whole thing again. So take a peek. My favorite SPF happens to be the physical matte SPF. I'm very oily, and so I like this one because it helps absorb up to 20% its weight in water and oil, so I can stay a little more mattified for a little longer. So that's mine of choice. Okay, now let's move on to our second set, shall we? I've got to get this ball moving or we're going to be here all night. I just get so passionate about this. So our next set we're going to talk about is the SkinCeuticals Brightening and Discoloration Set. So here comes another poll. Are you ready? Okay. Who suffers from unwanted discoloration? Throw your hands up. Let me know who does. I do, unfortunately, or not yet. You know, it's interesting when we talk about discoloration, and when I was in the treatment room, so many people would come in with discoloration and they want to call it freckles or brown spots or whatever you want to call it. It's basically damage you've done to your skin with aging rays. So about 73% of us have discoloration. I mean, it's a real problem, right? I like to joke a lot, but it's a real problem. And for the 27% that don't have it yet, bless your sweet little hearts, in the nicest northern Iowa way, you know, when you start to see a little bit of damage, unfortunately, that's probably the peak of the iceberg on what can be to come. So if you start to see a few little freckles here or there, you want to address that quickly, unless you don't care, you know, then it's totally fine. But there's a couple of different ways that we like to start with that. First and foremost, you know, we're going to go for an antioxidant. And the antioxidant of choice when you're looking at discoloration, whether it is just kind of, you know, brown spots or stubborn brown patches, is Floritin CF. So Floritin CF is a serum, much like CE ferulic. And again, you would use 3 to 5 drops of this in the morning. Again, I put it on a boat of my hand, and then I do like this and put it on my face. Love it. Oh, I love that. And let's see, looks like Jen has asked which one I use. Thank you, Jen. You know, I use both. So I have discoloration, or it's gone on my face, but I've got stubborn brown patches still on my neck that may not ever go away, but on my face, it's totally gone. So I switch back and forth. CE Ferulic has a vitamin E in it, which can feel hydrating. So when I get a little dry in the wintertime, I like to switch to CE Ferulic, but I use Floritin CF the remainder of the year. So I do use both, but that's me. So Floritin CF, we have is another great antioxidant with pure L-ascorbic acid in it. So you're still getting those great dew parameters. So you know that you've got that great efficacy and power pack behind you. This also is about $1.84 a day. Certainly something that we can manage or put in our budget. It'll help to brighten your skin, also helps with fine lines, wrinkles, all those great things that CE Ferulic does. And I see that Ben has asked, do I need to use them both, or can I use them both, CE Ferulic and Floritin? Ben, I love your question, but no, you don't need to use them both. Kind of pick one or the other, whichever one seems most appropriate for you. If you're working on pigmentation, go with Floritin, while CE Ferulic is also going to help with the brightening effect of the skin. If you're interested in that vitamin E that's in there to help with a little hydration, then go the CE Ferulic route. The next product that is in that set is Discoloration Defense. I've got to share with you, this was a real game changer for me. This came out just a few years ago, and I had just a teeny bit left of the brownness that I was kind of working on getting rid of. And the company knows that I am obsessed with products and trying to get that discoloration to go away. So I'm not even sure if the folks in the background know this from my team, but I was given a large sample of this before it was named or before it was even in the bottle, and they let me try it. And so I had used it for several months before it ever even had a name. And I noticed it started to work because my larger brown patches went from islands to little bitty continents. So they were starting to break up. And I was so thrilled to know that this actually works. So if you have those discoloration issues or little brown spots or bigger patches, either way, this is a great product for you. Now, how do we use this? Again, 3 to 5 drops, but this one is used in the morning as well as at night. So you're going to use it twice. I see that Karen has asked, what order do we put these in? Karen, love you, girl. This is a great question. So anytime you're talking about any skincare, think of it like thinnest to thickest. And I know that people will say that. And I have the privilege of working on SkinCeuticals Instagram lives, as well as doing one-on-one consultations for SkinCeuticals, as well as other brands. So it's really interested, or different .coms is what I mean. So it's really interesting to see the questions, and a lot of them come in at exactly the same. So thinnest to thickest, but if I take that a step further, do your antioxidant first in the morning, right? We have a nighttime antioxidant called resveratrol BE. Doesn't matter, that'll still come first. Then your corrective products. Remember that little tab? Corrective products come next. That will go in the order of serums, gels, lotions, then creams. Serums, gels, lotions, creams. That's the order you put your corrective products. You're almost always safe with that. And then you'll do your moisturizer, if you use one, and SPF. Another question I get asked a lot is, Sherry, do I have to use a moisturizer? And I say, well, that's really up to you and your skin. What does your skin tell you? Is your skin saying, hey girl, hey guy, I need a moisturizer? Does it feel a little taut? Does it itch at all, even for a short time in the morning or after you wash your face? Then that's probably your cue that you need a moisturizer. If it doesn't feel that way, do you need a moisturizer? That's totally up to you. moisturizer certainly can't hurt anybody, that's for sure. So use one. Just use the one appropriate for your skin type. Okay, now on to our third category, and I love this one. This was so fun. This is LovelySkin's bestsellers. So certainly CE ferulic is in there for LovelySkin. So we've already covered CE ferulic, and we would like to add Triple Lipid Restore 242. Show me in the comments how many of you already use Triple Lipid Restore 242. Amazing product. It is a corrective moisturizer. Not yet, Angela. Well, girl, I'm telling you. Yep, love triple lipids. So take a peek at this, right? So it's a beautiful, luxurious cream, but please don't mistake this for your grandma's night cream because it's not that. There's no age to this. I can share with you that my daughter, who I shared just turned 17, she is obsessed with Triple Lipid Restore 242. It's her favorite product. And on a side note, I can tell when, I gotta whisper in case she hears me, I can tell when she's out of this product. I can tell the luminosity on her skin comes down just ever so slightly. This is her favorite product. My BFF, who is 34, it's her favorite product, and my mother, it's also her favorite product. So don't think of this that it has an age. You know, what does it do? It helps to repair and restore your skin's barrier function. So think of it like a pitcher of water that has some cracks in it. So this will help repair the cracks and seal them so that you can hold the water in. This is great if you feel very dehydrated, if you need some additional moisture. This is absolutely the route to go, especially as we're coming into winter. And, you know, I live in Iowa. I'm in the destination city of Des Moines, Iowa. So this is definitely something that we all use here. So it's a light cream. Look, you can tell I'm just going in for it because this is such a great product. Everybody loves it. And we all use probably too much of it. So you really don't need to use that much. But now that it's here, I hate to put it on my hands. It's so good. Oh, it feels like butter. I'm not going to kid you. It's so great. So Triple Lipid 242, you could use it in the morning or at night, one or the other if you like. If you, so there's really no rules with that. It's best if you use it twice a day because again, it's a corrective moisturizer. So it's not just a moisturizer. That happens to be not only one of LovelySkin's bestsellers, it's one of ours as well. I'm not going to tell you which one because I might get in trouble. And I don't want to get in trouble. But it's definitely a heavy hitter for us. So if you haven't tried it, please try it. Angela says she's been using AGE Interrupter. Another fan favorite for sure. AGE Interrupter is a corrective product that helps with textural concerns on your skin. It feels a little hydrating as well. It feels a little lighter than this. Is it technically a moisturizer? Not technically, but it definitely has some moisturizing properties. So it definitely does double duty there as well. So I'm glad you've been using the AGE Interrupter. Okay, so I think they're going to send out another poll question on which of these bundles sounds good to you so far. And then while we're talking about it, another product that is in the bestsellers is HA Intensifier, which we've already talked about, and those 3 great things it does to help plump your skin. That's very, very important. We all need that, right? Whether you're of the age where you're starting to notice those effects yet, we all need that product for sure. And then the last product in that bundle is the Micro Exfoliating Scrub. And again, you know, this 17-year-old of mine, I had it out on the desk here, and she says, "Ooh, mine," and snatched it just seconds before we started. So I can't show it to you. However, it's a beautiful light scrub. Now, when I say a light scrub, I don't want you to think that light or gentle means ineffective, because that's definitely not the case. I will be the first to admit that I used to think that back in the day, that if it didn't rip my skin off, that it's just simply not working. It's not doing enough. That's definitely not the case. And you want something that's going to be gentle but effective. So the microexfoliating scrub is a step that you would use after your cleanser. You could use it morning or night. It helps to just slough off and remove some of those dead skin cells. I like it on, a handheld scrub brush, something like that. Very, very gentle, or you could just use it with your fingers, and most people use it with their fingers or on a washcloth. So you can do however you like with that. You could use it every day. I would suggest at least using it maybe 3 times a week and maybe at night. But again, there's no rules for this. I know a lot of people that use it twice a day, and that's perfectly fine. Your 50-year-old brother stole yours over Thanksgiving. Doggone, those brothers, they always get in the way, don't they? Brothers and kids. Oy. Yes, so maybe there's a holiday gift idea for you for him. So that's the third set of the best sellers: Triple Lipid Restore, Microexfoliating Scrub, and HA Intensifier. Now, let's chat just for a couple of seconds on some gift ideas. So I laughed when we saw some of the gift conversations because, I've got different types of friends, right? We all do. So let me ask you a question. Does anybody have a bougie BFF? We all have that one bougie BFF. Maybe you are the bougie BFF. It doesn't matter, right? I think I am the bougie BFF. I'm not afraid to admit it. It's totally fine. But for some of us, we just like the finer things in life. So for that bougie BFF or your significant other, yep, you're the BFF. Love it. Okay, Ashley, we're now besties. You might consider tripeptide or neck repair. So even the younger aged people, I'm really seeing a lot of neck damage. And once we start to get that damage on our neck, it really comes in full force pretty quickly. The first area we typically see aging is underneath our eyes, and the second is on our neck. Oh, who knew? So you may have heard the phrase this year of tech neck, and that is when we're all down and on our phones. So it creates horizontal neck bands. It creates some laxity. We start to get kind of crepey texture. So this will help with all of that. So this can be used twice a day, and it looks like Tina said something about, does this have retinol in it? Yes, it does have retinol. It has 0.2% retinol. So thank you, Tina, for your question. Don't get confused that you can't use this during the day. You can, as long as you're wearing a sunscreen. Put it on your neck. I'm your sunscreen queen for sure. Start out, though, every other night and work your way up to nightly. Because it has that retinol, you could experience some, you can tell I've said this a time or two, burning, flaking, itching, stinging, redness, or pinkness, irritation. That's okay. Anytime you use a retinol, no matter what brand, no matter whose, you could experience that. But you're also asking us to create a change in your skin, right? So anytime we're asking for that change, we got to have a little something sometimes. Now, not everyone will experience that. So I want to set some realistic expectations. And I can tell you, my darn husband is one of them. I can put him on the strongest retinol and he just works through it like a champ. So just know that you could have a little bit of that, and that's perfectly fine. Every other night, work yourself up to nightly. When you're on every night, increase to every other morning as well. Okay, got it. So there's for our bougie BFF, and it doesn't matter what age, and it's got a really nice price point on that, by the way. How about your friend who's your always in the mirror friend? We all have that always in the mirror friend. There is a discount on the neck cream that is exclusive to you coming to this event, and you're going to get an email for that. So thank you, Alyssa, for that question. So your always in the mirror friend, I said that the eyes are the window to the soul, and it's the first thing that ages for sure. So take a peek at the AGE complex. It's similar to the AGE interrupter that someone mentioned in the comments earlier, so it helps with texture. This is a beautiful, luxurious eye cream that's very light. So if you're like me and have oily skin, you won't have to worry about it creating so much havoc under your eyes and your makeup comes off, because that's one of the most important things, right? Not really. So here's how much you use. See how I'm just using really a little bit, and that's probably a lot. So it's a very small pea-sized amount. Just use that and just dab under your eyes and let it soak in. So this has optical diffusers, so it will help with the appearance of brightening your eyes. It will help with fine lines and wrinkles, as well as texture. Crow's feet helps with a lot of it. This, again, also, this one has a nice price point as well for your always in the mirror friend. And then how about the friend? I don't have many of these. What about your minimalist friend? Do y'all have a minimalist friend that just, I don't kind of understand those people. I want to try to be friends with them, but I just don't understand the minimalist people. Is Metacell B3. So if you haven't tried Metacell B3, I joke about the minimalist friend, but it's probably because I use about 15 products. We love our minimalist friends. This is great for the minimalist because it also is a good price point, but it does several things. We don't have a lot of things that do many things. We like to be very focused and really pack a punch with whatever it is we're trying to treat. Metacell B3 does that for you though, and it does several things. So it helps with anti-aging as well as brightening and hydration. It has a little bit of not a sheen, but it kind of helps bring a glow to your skin. It doesn't look oily, none of that. Even me as your oily friend can definitely wear Metacell B3. So this you would use in the morning and at night. It is a nice cream in a pump, and that's 2 pumps, which is plenty for your entire face, neck, and you can even come down onto your décolleté with that as well. Again, my hands are gonna be looking fabulous by the end of the night, putting all these great things on my hand. But again, too good to waste. I'm not about to waste it. Okay, let's see. So this is all the products that we have to cover. We have just a few minutes left. I know there's been a lot of questions flying in the chat as well as the Q&A, and I've tried to answer some of those. So why don't we bring Natasha?
Hello.
Hi, lovely. And let's see if there's any questions that I didn't catch.
This has been amazing. I've been learning so much, and we have had a ton of questions. So I'm kind of going to do a sort of rapid fire, if that's okay. So we can get them all in. Okay, so Wendy, hello Wendy, has said,
Hi, Wendy.
Is there any product that can help me reduce redness? My cheeks look really red, especially in the winter.
Yes, absolutely. So we have a redness neutralizer product that you can use on your skin both morning and night, and it is beautiful to help with that redness. Basically anything also like an antioxidant can help keep that skin calm. Even though this is for discoloration, it has tranexamic acid, and its main goal in life is to help keep your skin calm. So any one of those 3 will definitely help you.
Okay, great. So we all know that HA intensifier is very hydrating. So Laura's asking, how do I keep my makeup from rolling over HA intensifier?
Okay, great question, Laura. I don't know if you were here when I said it'll tell you if you're using too much. That's the key to HA intensifier. And I probably should have added that. So when we do just that little pea-sized amount, that's enough for your whole face. If you're using a little too much, when you put it on, give it a minute before you put your SPF on first and then your makeup. Just give it a minute until your skin feels lightly tacky or like there's not much left on there. Then go ahead and apply your makeup. You obviously wouldn't want to rub, tug, or pull at your skin anyway, putting your makeup on. But if you didn't put too much on, you'll have no trouble.
Perfect. Okay, so now Rhonda has asked, she is asking about what products, and let's go with maybe like your top 1 or 2 are best to repair. I know that's tough. To repair, rejuvenate, and hydrate. So I'll give you 3 for the over 60 aging face.
Okay, so we're repairing and rejuvenating.
And
Okay,
hydrating.
and hydrating. So without a doubt, it's going to be CE ferulic, triple lipid, HA intensifier.
Oh, I love it. She's got that right there at the front of her brain. It's fantastic.
Oh, yes. And you really can't go wrong. I mean,
I
I'm
know.
not kidding. You really can't go wrong.
Okay, Diane has said, should resveratrol and retinol be used together? I think that's a great question.
That is a great question. So thank you for that. Yes, they absolutely can be used together. And let me give you a little hint on that. So resveratrol is nighttime only, and so is the retinol, right? So we always say antioxidant first. So you put your resveratrol on first. Your exception to that is going to be if your dermatologist has asked you to put your retinol on first. So they are interchangeable. You can do either one, and you definitely can use them together.
Okay, that is actually a perfect segue. You must be on my brainwave. Lots of people, and I know we've talked about this, but it can be really complicated when you're using multiple products that feel the same as others. So, would you mind just revisiting the how do I apply and layer these products on my face?
Absolutely. It is our number one most asked question is how do I layer products? So let me put your mind at ease a little bit and let you know you really can't mess it up. Okay. Um, Antioxidants first, then go to your corrective products. And your corrective products are going to go in order of serums, gels, lotions, then creams. If you have two of them that are serums and they feel exactly the same, then it doesn't matter. So let me take that pressure off of that for you. So serums, gels, lotions, creams, then moisturizer products, SPF.
Perfect.
Nighttime, same thing. Antioxidant, retinol, serums, gels, lotions, creams. Done. Go to bed.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay, now Jeffrey has asked a question specifically about CE ferulic that I think is a really great question. We know that it lasts for 72 hours. So should I be using it every day? And or should I just use it every 3 days? Like, and I'm expanding on that. He just said, it last for 72 hours? So
Yeah.
do I need it every day?
Right. So, Jeffrey, you are amazing. Thank you for this question and thank you for being so knowledgeable about a vitamin C. So, can a vitamin C stay in and be absorbed into your skin for up to 72 hours? Yes. Now, could you skip a day or something in there? I suppose you could, but it's basically like when you're driving a car and you're on a full tank, but you're driving across country and those your gas level goes down, so does your vitamin C level. So you're not getting the benefit or the protection as that starts to come down. So we definitely want to keep that up. Or it's like if you work really hard and go on a diet and lose weight, and then you go, okay, I've lost the weight, I'm going to start eating pizza again.
And I do love a pizza. That's a great analogy. Okay, now we're running out of time, but I want to be respectful. So we have one more question I want to ask from Candace. And she said, and I think this is obviously really appropriate. She said, what should I add or remove from my skincare regimen for winter months?
Yes, definitely appropriate. So,
Candace.
without knowing what her particular skin is like, it's kind of hard to say. So, most people want to add some type of hydrator or hydration, which is different than moisture. So, if you're already using a moisturizer, you could add a hydrator. You will get some hydration with the HA intensifier. You can also add the hydrating B5 gel. So keep that skin hydrated and calm is the name of the game for winter. You know, what's really fabulous is the phytocorrective gel. Oh, love that.
It feels so good.
It feels so good. It keeps your skin calm. It helps with hydration. It's got a hyaluronic acid base to it. So it does several things. So you might look at that one as well.
Very nice. I do love that after treatments sometimes. I think that's a
Yeah.
really fantastic ad.
Yeah.
Um,
Winter.
I just have to say, you all have offered some phenomenal questions throughout this thing. And
Yes.
we're just so excited that you've been here. These have been great questions. We love that you're as excited about SkinCeuticals as we are. That's also just amazing. They're great products and they serve the users so well. So Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Now, I just want to give you a huge shout out to Sherry for giving us her time and her
Thank you.
expertise and genius and enthusiasm. So thank you for that.
My pleasure.
And I want to just remind everybody about our super secret sale. You're going to be getting your email. And like I said, 15% off of the bundles exists already. You can get those, but you can also get 15% savings on the individual SKUs. So if you're already using some of those things and you're like, oh, hey, I just heard I can add this hydrator, or I should be using Floritin C and CE Ferulic. Like, you can mix and match. This is a great opportunity to be able to get those. Oh yeah, awesome.
Tripeptide or neck repair needs to go in everybody's cart.
And that's a great gift. I mean, everybody from whatever age to whatever age is on their phones and on Zoom right now. So even the grandmas could use an amazing, they're getting tech neck just like the rest of us. So thank you all so much. Sherry, you've been amazing. And I just sincerely appreciate all of you shopping with us at LovelySkin. We really do value you as customers, and we just appreciate your feedback all the time as well. So if you ever have questions, you can reach out to us, and we are super excited. So remember, you're going to get your email with your links, and the sale is good from 12/9 to 12/12. So you've got 3 days. Honestly, you could use it all of the 3 days if you're really into it. So I'm not going to stop you from that. But tell us what your favorite products are. And again, we'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much for being with us, and be good to each other. Be good to each other. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
so
Natasha and the LovelySkin team. You're amazing.
Thank you, Sherry. We feel the same.
Thank
all right.
you.
Good night, everyone.